So on today's show, we have an amazing guest. Today we have Nacole Ali. Nacole Ali has created a unique line of urban and modern t-shirt designs in celebration of metropolitan living. The chic yet playful designs are influenced from historical figures, urban living, music, and dance. As a breast cancer warrior still in the battle of this disease, she has recently developed and launched t-shirts that help to spread breast cancer awareness and aid in research to find a cure. So welcome, Nacole.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
I'm super excited.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, let's start with something fun before we get into all the serious and dense stuff. So tell us something about you, like a fun fact about yourself, something that maybe you like to do in your free time, or, tell us about who Nacole is.
So I think one of the things that people probably don't know is I like to do things that are a little bit on the edge. And so, whether it's skydiving or maybe walking across a hotbed of cold sun, just to prove that I can do it, I've done it. And so I think a lot of people don't know that about me. But when they find out, they're like, oh my God, what? You did what? I'm like, yeah, 12 feet of hot coals, I could do it.
I just have to say,
that's a real story.
I just have to say, lately, our guests have just been, the stories that have been coming out of, the recent shows are just incredible, from shooting at the gun range to walking on hot coals. It's incredible.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to push yourself to see if you can actually do something, right? And then when you get to the finish line, you just realize, okay, I could do this. I can do anything, right?
Exactly.
And
so when you finish walking on the hot coals, what happens to your
So you have to just condition yourself that you're not going to burn.
Oh, wow.
You have to condition your mind this is not going to burn, and you just have to walk. And then when you get to the other side, there's somebody there to douse you with cold water and all that other fun stuff, but you just have to focus.
Wow,
this is so, I know it's so off topic, but it's just so interesting. I just have to understand this. So, okay, you're walking over and so it's really hot.
It is yes.
Okay, so you're not focusing on the coals because we're mentally kind of
No, you gotta focus on your end game.
Okay.
And that's with everything in life, right? You need to focus on what your goal is.
I love that.
And so the goal is to finish, right? And so when you focus on that, everything else is just whatever.
So when you get to the end, do you have scars on your feet? What happens to the actual?
There was indentation on the bottom of my feet, but I was like, I'm not gonna burn.
Yeah.
But other people who lose focus, they end up burning.
Oh,
really?
wow.
Yeah.
So it's at a spot. Where do you do this?
So I actually did this with Tony Robbins, who's a motivational speaker.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay.
And so he literally sets up 25 lanes of fire. And at each lane, there's a motivational person to get you going through. But like I said, the end goal is to visualize on the end goal and get there.
Yeah.
And then when you do it, you're like, what? I walked across fire.
That's awesome.
And you're like, my feet are black, but that's okay.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you. I mean, because
awesome.
that just wow.
It was
impressive.
That's a
definitely
cool
awesome.
story.
Yeah.
And I feel like you kind of have to have that mentality about starting a business as
Yeah.
well. You know what I
It's
mean?
everything in life.
Exactly. So if you want to tell us a little bit about what Brooklyn Stylz is for people who haven't heard of it yet, if you can just explain what you do.
Sure. So Brooklyn Stylz is a clothing line that I developed about 2-3 years ago now. It actually started as a bet between me and a coworker because I was working in corporate America. And we decided, we could sell t-shirts, this is so easy, or whatever the case may be. And you set up a website, I'm going to set up a website. Whoever sells the most shirts wins, and you have to give the other person 25% of those proceeds, right?
Yeah.
So we gave ourselves a time frame. But in doing that, I said, I don't want to create something that people take a negative connotation on, right? And so you walk in the street and you see all these young kids wearing, shirts that are not necessarily very nice, right? And they say ish or this or that, and you're like, wait a minute. Because that resonates how they're feeling on the inside about themselves, right? And so I said, if they wore something a little bit more positive, then maybe they would think they were more positive and then do better things, and they would change their mentality, right? Because I don't think people realize that what you wear affects you, right? Even down to the cologne, perfume, right? Sometimes you put on that good perfume, you're like, what?
Yeah.
And where you wear that crisp white shirt, you're feeling good. But when it says something negative, like, are you really feeling good inside? So I wanted to change that perspective. So everything that I create is original art, and then it has a little bit of positivity entwined in the artwork. So it might not be as bold, but it's definitely in there somewhere. And so that's what I really wanted to do, and people have been enjoying it. When I do shows over the summertime, etc., people are always like, "Oh my God, this is so awesome! This is great!" I'm like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah.
So that's why I started to do it, and then it took off, and then so here we are.
Wow, it's super positive.
Yeah, and the shirt you're wearing now is
It's Love Life,
Oh, I love that
awesome.
too.
Yeah.
right? And so it's vinyl and it has like a suede inlay,
Okay.
and so they don't lose color, they don't stretch out, they don't.
Can I touch it?
Yeah. Go ahead and touch it, girl.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Nice.
positive message, like you said.
and people are like, "Oh, that's really cute," or whatever the case may be. So it's understated, but a little bit bold. And again, it's just to really get the positive message across, because I feel like all the social media, I see more negative, like
Yeah.
videos and all this other stuff more than I do positive stuff. And so I wanted to do something more positive.
Yeah. And you know what I like about this? As I'm looking at it, it makes me feel like it's more grown than like, you know, you were just given the scenario about when you see, you know, certain people wearing certain types of shirts and stuff like that. I feel like this is more like, you know, for grown, like I would wear it. I would
and you
totally.
can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You cut it up, you make it
Yeah.
stylish. We've got them in V-neck, we've got them in all different, you know, styles. And so anything that you put on, you definitely make your own style, right? But I hated to also buy T-shirts that crinkle,
Yeah.
right? And then the color comes off. And I said to myself, whatever I do, I don't want to see my T-shirt in the gym, right?
Yeah.
And so I want to make it so that you're like, no, I'm not wearing that to the gym.
Yeah.
So-
That's my crisp shirt.
Yeah.
So conceptually, in terms of like the designs of the shirts and stuff like that, are you like the creative thought behind, like, you know, how?
I am. So, just, you know, I don't know how to draw, right? And so I pull designs, and then I have somebody illustrate for me.
Nice.
And so everything, like I said, I do is original. Like the life in this is my handwriting.
Oh, that's so cool.
So I make sure that there's some personal touch on top of it.
Yeah.
It's not a font, it's my handwriting.
That's really cute. I like that. It's unique. It's
Yeah.
different.
Thank you.
Great. And I think it's great that you you can encourage people, you know, with cancer, you can encourage people with your shirts. Then also you have a blog and you have a section called Pink Notes.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what that is and how you
Pink
kind of
Notes
use
was actually, my publicist thought I should do it. So shout out to her, Cailin. And so basically it's just tips. And so I give tips on breast cancer and cancer in general, and sort of what to do and when you're facing certain things, everything down to when you don't have hair, how to keep your follicles open, you know, with brown sugar and olive oil, and do a little mixture, keep them alive. I found an awesome, you know, nail polish company that doesn't have formaldehyde in the nail polish, which is pretty awesome. Trying to use natural products, makeup, etc., because your skin changes color. Like people say that, and I was like, I don't know what that means. Like literally, makeup was just like gliding over my skin because it was like baby soft. I'm like, oh, this is silky. This is awesome.
Yeah.
So I just give different tips and different websites, and sometimes people don't know they can go ask for money for transportation to get to the hospital or whatever. And so just different things that you know people don't talk about.
Yeah.
So that's what I try to do, and it's every Tuesday and Thursday I try to give a new tip on my blog, which is bkstyles.com.
It's important.
Yeah,
I
that
think
sounds
that's
really helpful for people who are looking for info.
Yeah, for sure.
And like not something that's like a clinical like info, you know what I mean?
No, something relatable.
Like a real person.
Yeah, because I had a hard time in the beginning. I was like Googling and looking for stuff, and stuff was dormant. Like you'd find a blog and it'd be like, hasn't been updated since 2009, and you're like, oh, well, this is not helpful.
This is not.
Right.
How does this help me now?
Right.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to keep it fresh, and I asked for other guest bloggers because they might have experienced something that I haven't. If they have a tip, put it in my inbox. We'll talk about it and post it.
Cool.
And so we have a lot of entrepreneurs or people just starting businesses that listen to the show. Do you have any advice for them or designers specifically to help propel their business if they're just starting out?
Yeah, so the one thing I realize is that entrepreneurs are really, most of the time, creative people for the most part, but they're not good from a business perspective, right? And so do everything you can to understand the business perspective of what it is that you want to promote or produce or publish, etc. Right? And try to, even if you're not perfect in it, at least understand the general concept so that people don't screw you over. Right?
Yeah.
And then I've also taken advantage of a lot of free things. Like I was like, oh, contracts, and do I want a trademark and whatever. And so I set up, meetings with people who would do, lawyers, etc., that would do the meetings for at least the first time free.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, okay, all right, what's that? Okay. And then I'll go and do the same meeting with somebody else who offered it for free, just so I can compare
Yeah, that's really
and try and understand.
Yeah.
Because this was an industry I wasn't familiar with, right? And I just did a lot of research online. But keeping your paperwork together is important. Incorporating is important. Not just throwing up some stuff on a website. Poor man copywriting. If you can't afford it, mail it to yourself in the mail and don't open it ever, right? And understand that. And don't be afraid. Creative people are very afraid to talk to other people. Like, they're going to steal my design. They're going to steal my
I was like
thought.
that at first,
Yeah.
and then you get over that really quickly when you're actually in it.
Right, because they're like, well, if I don't say nothing, I'm not going to know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think that's important. And you don't have to tell them everything,
Yeah.
but give them a general idea of what you want. And have your 30-second elevator speech down, right? Because when people say, what do you do? And you're like, well, I kind of make, well, I make T-shirts.
Yeah.
It's too late. I'm gone. My head is gone. Right? So understand what you do, how you do it.
Back to your most memorable event and why.
So I think my most memorable event was probably, oh my God, there's like so many. I have
Too many to kind of
like
decide.
1,000 memorable events, because that's what happens when you get old. It so adds up. So my most memorable event was what I didn't say earlier about what people don't know about me is I used to be a backup dancer when hip hop first started.
Oh, awesome. That's another good fact.
So my most memorable event is falling on the stage of the Apollo Theater, which,
Wait, is there footage of this somewhere?
You know what? It's interesting because someone sent me, they're like, this is kind of on YouTube, and I'm like, I think that's me, but not the time when I fell, which I was very grateful for. But I was doing a front handspring or something, and I completely fell. And someone actually scolded me for that. You don't practice enough. I'm like, what? So that's probably the most memorable event, and that was a very, 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 very long time ago. Just saying.
So, okay, but other than the fall, the crash and fall, okay? Because that's quite memorable.
Oh, it was.
What?
It's the Apollo Theater. Like I was like, is the Sandman coming? Like, this is crazy.
Oh my God.
But he wouldn't, because it wasn't amateur night, right? It was actually performing.
It was an actual performance.
Yeah,
okay.
so I was like, Sandman's not coming, but still, I was like, oh, what just happened? But I jumped up and sweat, like, what? Nothing happened.
Start moving.
And do you have 3 jewelry or accessory essentials that you think everyone should have or that you never leave the house without?
So I think that a very brilliant ring is super important, and just one, right? I don't typically, like, years ago you used to wear like a ring on every single finger and all that.
Actually, it's back in style now.
And some people wear 2 rings on every single finger.
Yeah.
I can't do it, but I think from an elegant perspective, I'd always like to see a really nice, bold, large
Kind of
ring.
cocktail ring.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Belt and bag and shoes. Did I say 4?
Yeah.
Belt,
That's
bag,
Where
okay.
you
shoes.
stand though.
Yeah.
They're all essentials.
Belt bag is kind of one.
Because they're attached.
They are. They're so close from a perspective.
Sure.
And shoes are gotta be.
Yeah,
So
you can't
important.
forget
You don't even
those.
need clothes.
No,
What
you-
you say?
No, it is. It's so funny because women dress for women. Let's just
Yeah.
be clear about it, right?
Yeah.
When you walk down the street, a guy is not like, those jeans hot. It's not what they're
Some
looking
guys,
at.
but
No, they're looking at what's filling a jean.
Exactly.
They're not caring the design of the jean,
that's true.
right? But they'll notice a good shoe, and it's like, okay, she's rocking a whatever bag. Or, okay, that's nice. But they're never gonna say that T-shirt, that Gap shirt. Ooh, that's pretty. Or that Brooklyn style shirt. They're not gonna say that. So Accessories are so important.
Yeah.
So important. But a Brooklyn style shirt to go along with accessories is always
Makes it perfect.
Key.
Okay, so are you a lipstick or a lip gloss girl?
Lip gloss.
Yeah.
I'm
Even
such
though-
a lip gloss girl.
You know what? It's straight. Like I get excited about both because I don't know
I wear
why.
both,
I wear both.
So I have probably 50 lipsticks.
Really?
I wear lip gloss every day.
That's so crazy.
Because I go into the store, I'm like, oh, okay. All right. But then it's just too much. I feel like lip gloss, I don't have to be as perfect. I just...
You just
Yeah,
kinda-
throw it on.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think... And again, this all goes back to men. Any guys never said to me, your lip gloss is... like, oh, it doesn't look that good. Or, oh, you need to fix it over here. It's on your teeth.
Yeah, that's true.
They never tell me lip gloss is on my teeth.
Lip
Unlike
gloss-
lipstick.
That's true.
That's true. Lip gloss is the easier, quicker option.
I guess. You know what I do like? The application of lipstick and then lip gloss over it.
It's a lot of work.
It is.
It's a lot of work.
But I don't mind it so much.
I hear you.
And then finally, do you have a favorite accessory or jewelry designer?
David Yerman is my favorite jewelry designer. And people are always like, oh, it's silver. And I'm like, yeah. But it's great. They got a great customer service, and I just love them. I love everything that they put out.
Yeah, they're
They're
gorgeous
beautiful,
stuff.
yeah.
I like silver. I like both, but I wear a lot of silver too.
Yeah, I have my right hand, my right hand. I have my left hand silver, my right hand in gold. Always, I don't know why. I love.
And he's bold. Like his
Yeah.
stuff is bold
Yeah.
and chunky. I think that's probably the other reason I like it.
Okay, so tell our listeners how they can reach you if they wanted to.
Sure.
All your social media handles and all that stuff. So.
Sure. So we're on Facebook as Brooklyn Stylz, BROOKLYN STYLZ. We're on Instagram as Brooklyn Stylz. We're on Twitter as Brooklyn Stylz. And then the website is BK Stylz. So that's BKSTYLZ.com. And you can find all of our social media on there. If you missed it just now, you can contact us. You can send us an email. You can hit us up on Instagram. I'm always on it. Just checking out the world, seeing what's going on.
Okay, guys, so we are going to take a quick break, but before we do that, I just want to thank you for
thank you.
coming
Thank you,
on.
guys.
Welcome back, guys. So we are back with the designer feature of the day, which is the Changing Bangles by CC Sky. Casey is wearing them.
I am.
Yes, and they are bold and beautiful glass and onyx bangles, and each bangle is filled with tightly wound gold and or rose gold chains, and then it's covered in glass, which is really cool. I like their actual chains in there.
Yeah.
And so it's a really sophisticated piece, lots of fun to wear, and I just think they're so fun because it's like you're wearing a...
Yeah, they make noise too.
Exactly, you're wearing a glass bangle, but you're also wearing like a chain bangle.
I know, it's like
Combines both.
there you go.
Yeah, so you can stack them like Casey is doing, or wear them separately, and you can get them on Y-CLAD.com.
That's right, go buy it. Okay, so we're going to jump right into the news. And so in retail news today, Saks Fifth Avenue plans to open a 21,000 square foot store in Greenwich, Connecticut that will focus on jewelry and ready to wear this fall. It is also set to open 10222 Shoe, a standalone shoe, yes, a standalone shoe store also in Greenwich,
Okay,
Connecticut.
they're opening a bunch of new things.
I know. Right across the street, we talked about this the other day. Remember?
Yes.
And so the grand opening for Saks. What is it? The Saks. I'm going to take a quick peek. I'll tell you guys what
Yeah,
it is.
there's a lot of people out there.
Saks off.
Oh yeah, it's
Off
like
Fifth
off
Avenue, yeah. So I don't know why I couldn't remember that, but that's irrelevant. They literally just opened their doors today, and it seems like they're having a big event.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to the show right now, you can run over if you're in the area.
Yeah, there's lots of people there still.
They're lined up there.
Yes.
So, okay.
Also in the news, wearables are very in right now, according to a study on wearables released by the Internet Data Corporation. The month of February was a huge month for wearables, and Fitbit is the fastest growing wearable brand outpacing Apple, which was kind of unexpected.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard of Fitbit, so that's interesting. And so the brand's third quarter sales rose from 22.2% to 29.5%. And on February 19th, a report from consulting firm Strategy Analytics said that for the first time, more smartwatches have been shipped worldwide than Swiss watches. So yeah, if you didn't know what wearables are, they're like, you know, the smartwatches, the things that kind of, they have like multiple uses.
Yeah.
Kind of is how you would describe them. So in the fourth quarter of 2015, 8.1 million smartwatches were shipped, compared with 7.9 million Swiss watches. And wearable sales nearly doubled in 2015, according to the NPD report released in early February. So everyone's kind of figuring out how to ride this wave since it's this huge trend. And Google right now is building a second-generation Google Cardboard virtual reality headset. And so the new version is going to have a plastic casing and better lenses and sensors. So keep your eyes out for that.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what what comes out of that. Okay, so also in the world of jewelry, GIA is offering $500,000 in scholarships. Grants in the amounts from $500 to $22,000 are available to students at GIA campuses worldwide and online. From March 1st until March 3rd, prospective GIA students from Bangkok, Carlsbad, Dubai, Hong Kong, London, Mumbai, New York, and Taiwan, as well as distance education online courses, are invited to apply for one of more than 125 scholarships totaling a grand total of $500,000.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, $500,000. The next scholarship period after they close this period, will be in August, and it will run from August 1st to September 30th. So if you're not ready to submit your application for this go round, you always have, the next go round, which is right around the corner. August will be here like that. So applications and more information on how you can apply and on the scholarships that's being offered, you can just go to gia.edu/scholarships.
Okay, also in jewelry news, this one's a lot sadder than that last good story. Carol Duplay. My French is not up to par. Carol Duplay, she's an industry icon, and she's tragically killed when struck by a livery driver on Madison Avenue here in New York City on Monday, February 29th. And so she was taken to Bellevue Hospital where she died. But she started her own jewelry business in 1979 with just one salesperson and one design assistant. And then in the 1980s, the company designed high-end fashion jewelry and targeted better department and specialty stores. And so Carol, I can't say it.
Duplay. I'm like, now you have me.
Carol Duplay Limited has since grown to a multi-million-dollar enterprise, and it currently employs over 50 people in New York City. And her two sons also work at the family business. Richard, her son, is president, and Jeffrey is in charge of production and shipping. So it's a whole family affair, which is very nice. And so a service for her will be held this Friday, March 5th at 11:30 at the Frank E. Campbell Funeral Chapel, and that will be here in New York.
Yeah.
I think people can just attend if they would like to pay tribute, or at least
I
go
believe so.
and leave flowers. A lot of people always do.
Yeah.
And so at the request of her sons, any and all donations can also be made, which is a great option if you can't make it to the Memorial Sloan Kettering.
Yeah. Okay, and so in lifestyle news, Amazon has done a deal with one of UK's big four markets. This was interesting. When I was researching and looking into it, I was like, wow, okay, so I don't know, Amazon is just killing it on all fronts. It's just, they're just going to put everybody out of business here or there. But, okay, so Morrison's, which is apparently a big supermarket out in the UK, will be, I guess, teaming with Amazon to deliver groceries. So basically, under the new deal, hundreds of fresh, frozen, and non-perishable Morrison's products will be available to UK Amazon Prime Now and Amazon Pantry customers who pay a $79 or £79, or in US dollars is $109 annual subscription fee. Amazon Pantry launched in the UK last year, offering a 60-minute delivery service, but did not offer fresh produce until now. So online grocery retailing in the UK is worth nearly £9 billion, which is $12.5 billion US dollars a year, and is forecast to almost double in value to over £17 billion, the equivalent to $23.6 billion US dollars by 2020, according to food and grocery researchers, the IGD. According to an Amazon spokesperson, the service will launch in the coming months.
Wow, that sounds like a big deal. I hope they have it here. That would be nice. I mean, they have delivery, but not through Amazon.
Right.
Yeah, that's huge. And so now for event news, the sneaker brand Vans is going to celebrate its 50th anniversary with its House of Vans Experience, which is a series of events and activations that will kick off March 16th, and it's going to be in different cities between Austin, Texas, New York, Toronto, London, Hong Kong, and Mexico City. And the activations include do-it-yourself workshops, curated musical
Yeah.
performances, shoe personalization, which is really cool, and a 3D display of the brand's 2016 campaign.
You know what's interesting? I didn't even know Vans were still out. Vans were out back in my day. Like, they were so big. I didn't even know that. They
pretty
really?
big, yeah.
I had no idea that they were still, like, you know, I thought, like, because, like, Vans and Converse used to be, like, back then, like, in competition.
Yeah.
And so I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, it's still kind of the same. Either you're like a Converse person
Or
or
a
Vans
Van.
or maybe even a Nike thrown. Or Adidas. Adidas has made a comeback.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't know if it, well, for me, I don't know if Adidas ever left because I have so much Adidas. So, I don't know. But, okay, well, that it all sounds like fun. Okay, so, did you watch,
No.
you didn't watch the
My
Academy
lack
Award-
of cable prevented me from watching.
Oh my gosh.
The
You
Oscars.
guys need to tell Cailin to get it together. Oh my gosh, you missed it. It was actually, quite honestly, I've never really watched any previous shows, or if I have, it's like, you know, like we'll, what do you call it, like tape it and
Oh,
then
yeah.
kind of like pick portions of it to watch if
Okay.
something looks good. But for this show, I actually watched the majority of
So
it.
it's all good?
Well, Chris Rock to me was good. I don't know about the actual, like, everything else that was happening,
Yeah.
but like I mean, it was really and truly a controversial show, and I know a lot of people had a lot of negative things to say about the things that he was saying, but for me, it was so entertaining. It was just like the highlight of my night. But anyway, so viewers tuned in to see host Chris Rock open the 88th Annual Academy Awards on Sunday. Then they tuned out as the ratings for this year's Oscars fell 8% from last year to an average audience of 34.3 million viewers. Possible culprits, they're saying, for the decline includes the lack of diversity among nominees. We know about that whole controversy. Lack of blockbuster films vying for any awards, any big awards. While the final results were a letdown, the 10 previous broadcasts averaged 38.8 million viewers. The Oscars, once again, will still retain its bragging rights as the year's #1 entertainment non-sports program, I guess, in America. And of course, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio finally won.
Yes,
He
finally.
won his, you know, Oscar, and it was the most tweeted Oscar moment out of all the Oscar moments for the night.
I saw that section of it just because it was put everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So it was hard to miss that one.
Yeah, as you know.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, he was the most tweeted about.
Exactly. And now for events going on, for this one, it is in Austin. It's the 66th Annual Art City Austin, and it will take place from April to May 1st at Palmer Event Center, and it will showcase works from nearly 200 national artists, have 2 music stages, and feature local food vendors. So it's a combined indoor and outdoor event, which is fun, and art will be displayed outside and inside the center. And it's great because, you know, Austin is known for their art, their music, so it combines everything. And so for more info, you can head over to artallianceaustin.org.
Okay, and for all you Vegas folks, or even those who are traveling to Vegas, in Las Vegas, the Academy, I retract that statement. This is the Academy Country Music Awards, and I'm not sure that regular folks like us can attend. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what the process is. But anyway, we thought that it would be, you know, great to talk about this, because just to let you guys know that it's on television and you're, you know, available to watch it. So in Las Vegas, the Academy of Country Music Awards will take place live at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. It will broadcast live on CBS on April 3rd. Kenny Chesney, Carrie Underwood, Keith Urban, and Florida Georgia Line will perform at the 51st Academy Award show. So, of course, we know tickets may not necessarily be available, as I just said, but we had to add it to our list so that you mark your calendars to catch the event live, or even create maybe an award. You know how they have those award parties, or, you know, cocktail party, whatever you want to call it, and just create another reason to entertain while watching entertainment.
Yes, exactly. And St. Patrick's Day is coming up in New York. If you are in New York, you know about the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade, which is a huge event. And if you don't know where to see it, it can be viewed along 5th Avenue between 44th Street and 79th Street.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also on TV, so it's on NBCNewYork.com, which you can watch it live or on cable, of course, beginning at 11 a.m. on March 17th. And if you've never been before, there's music, Irish step dancers, green and orange, and Irish spirit, classic Irish experience.
Have you ever done the parade?
I've done the parade in Dublin, so it's kind of hard to go to a different one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll drop it.
New York City might be a letdown, but I'm sure it's great if you want.
If you've never been to the one actually in Dublin,
yes,
I'm sure it's probably a great number 5.
Exactly.
Okay, so also and lastly in our event going on this month is an event most New York Cityers, including ourselves, would love. New York City's Coffee and Tea Festival. That's totally me.
Exactly, me too.
Oh my gosh, so maybe we should make it a date. So it will be from March 19th, so you have time to plan it out, from March 19th through the 20th, and you'll be able to taste different teas and coffees, try a ton of food, and attend seminars relating to New York City's favorite beverages. It's taking place at Brooklyn Expo Center. I didn't even know there was a Brooklyn Expo Center.
Me either.
Holy smokes! And you can get discount tickets for $15 at Gold Star and Groupon. So yeah. That concludes our show. I feel like I'm just going. I don't want the show to end. Cailin, can you tell?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So we would like to give a special thank you to our guest today, Nacole Ali. It was surprisingly a great interview. Surprising in the sense of, we knew we knew her circumstances and we weren't sure which direction the show would go in. But it was totally positive. She had so much great input and advice to give, both on a personal level, in terms of cancer prevention.
Exactly, it was good for business and
life.
Business,
right.
Yeah.
So it was a great show, and so we just want to say thank you, Nacole, for being here, for participating on Y-CLAD Chat.
Yes.
And so, Cailin, I guess you could tell us what we have going on
next week. It's our monthly Ash Tanya series, because it'll be the second week of March. And so she'll be here to tell us all things fashion, trends, and what's going on in the fashion and style world.
Yeah, and then, I know that we're supposed to be hitting the Quan. We were supposed to hit the Quan, one Shatanya episode ago.
Yes.
And unfortunately, circumstances, I don't know what happened. We didn't get around to it. But hopefully we'll get that last video in for you guys, and we'll post it, and we'll keep you guys posted on that. But we're looking forward to next week's show. It's always fun, and we hope you guys will be tuning in. And we just want to thank you for listening to tonight's show. And until next time, love life and wear it well. Good night, everyone.